Hello and welcome to your Newsmax Daily for Wednesday, November 6th, 2024. Should be a busy day for moving companies. De Niro, Whoopi, Madonna, Amy Schumer, Bruce Springsteen, all the rest of these elitists better start packing. And for George Clooney, who already lives part-time in Italy, and Johnny Depp, who already lives part-time in France, that doesn't count. Pack it up and go. Except for Bono, who I actually like, said he would set himself on fire if Trump won. So when does that happen? On the 45th Wednesday of this election year, 2024, the 45th president of the United States becomes only the second president in U.S. history since Grover Cleveland in 1893 to win back the White House in non-consecutive years, and will be our 47th president.
Thank you very much. Wow. Thank you all very much. This is great. These are our friends. We have thousands of friends on this incredible movement. This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country and maybe beyond. And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy? But it's a political victory that our country has never seen before, nothing like this. I want to thank the American people for the extraordinary honor of being elected your 47th president and your 45th president. And every citizen, I will fight for you, for your family, and your future. Every single day, I will be fighting for you, and with every breath in my body, I will not rest until we have delivered the strong, safe, and prosperous America that our children deserve and that you deserve. This will truly be the golden age of America. That's what we have to have. This is a magnificent victory for the American people that will allow us to make America great again.
President-elect Donald Trump speaking at the Trump Watch Party in West Palm Beach, Florida, around 2:30 this morning, calling it a political victory that people have never seen before, saying, "I will fight every day with every breath in my body, and this will be the golden age of America."
And in addition to having won the battleground states of North Carolina, I love these places, Georgia, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, we are now winning in Michigan, Arizona, Nevada, and Alaska, which would result in us carrying at least 315 electoral votes. But it's much easier doing what the networks did or whoever called it, because there was no other path. There was no other path to victory. We also have won the popular vote. That was great. Very proud of that. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Now, winning the popular vote was very nice, I will tell you. a great feeling of love. We have a great feeling of love in this very large room with unbelievable people standing by my side. These people have been incredible. They've made the journey with me, and we're going to make you very happy. We're going to make you very proud of your vote. I hope that you're going to be looking back someday and say that was one of the truly important moments of my life when I voted for this group of people beyond the president, this group of great people.
The network that called the race before anyone else, as the president alluded to, was Newsmax.
All right, Newsmax projecting Trump taking Pennsylvania, 51 to 48%.
Well, that means he's the next president of the United States, because those 19 votes added to what he has would put him at 270.
This isn't.
So Donald Trump, according to our projections,
we are calling it 124
of the United States.
It's Newsmax projecting President Trump. President Trump has been reelected.
Newsmax hosts Lydia Serrani and Rob Astorino were the first on any network to project that President Trump has been reelected. Officially, it was Wisconsin, another battleground state that Trump and Vice President Harris visited many times in recent weeks, that officially pushed him over the 270 electoral votes needed. And as he said, Trump also won the popular vote.
America has given us an unprecedented and powerful mandate. We have taken back control of the Senate. Wow, that's good. And the Senate races in Montana, Nevada, Texas, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, were all won by the MAGA movement. They helped so much. And in those cases, every one of them, we worked with the senators. They were tough races. And I mean, the number of victories in the Senate was absolutely incredible. And we did tele-rallies. We did tele-rallies with each one of them. And sometimes we did 2 or 3 and it was amazing to look at all of those victories. Nobody expected that. Nobody. So I just wanted to thank you very much for that. And you have some great senators and some great new senators. And it also looks like we'll be keeping control of the House of Representatives. And I want to thank Mike Johnson. I think he's doing a terrific job. Terrific job. I want to also thank my beautiful wife, Melania, First Lady. Who has the #1 best-selling book in the country. Can you believe that? Oh, no, she's done a great job. Works very hard to help people. So I just want to thank her. But I want to thank my whole family, my amazing children, and they are amazing children. Now, we all think our children are amazing. Everybody here thinks their children are amazing, but that's a good thing when you think they are. But Don, Eric, Ivanka, Tiffany, Barron, Laura, Jared, Kimberly, Michael, thank you all. What a help. What a great help. My father-in-law, Victor, is tremendous, and we miss very much Melania's mother, Amalia. We miss Amalia, don't we, huh? She would be very happy right now, standing on this stage. She'd be so proud. She was a great woman, that one. Beautiful inside and out. She was a great woman. I want to be the first to congratulate our great, now I can say, Vice President-elect of the United States, J.D. Vance. And and his absolutely remarkable and beautiful wife, Ushabez. And he's a feisty guy, isn't he? You know, I've said, go into the enemy camp, and you know the enemy camp is certain networks, and a lot of people don't like to. Sir, do I have to do that? He just goes, okay. Which one? CNN, MSDNC? He'll say, all right, thank you very much. He actually looks fun. He's like the only guy I've ever seen. He really looks forward to it, and then he just goes in and absolutely obliterates them. Say a couple of words.
Well, Mr. President, I appreciate you allowing me to join you on this incredible journey. I thank you for the trust that you placed in me. And I think that we just witnessed the greatest political comeback in the history of the United States of America. And under President Trump's leadership, we're never going to stop fighting for you, for your dreams, for the future of your children. And after the greatest political comeback in American history, we're going to lead the greatest economic comeback in American history under Donald Trump's leadership.
President-elect Donald Trump and Vice President-elect J.D. Vance early this morning, basically in the middle of the night, close to 3 a.m. at the Trump victory party in beautiful West Palm Beach, Florida. If you weren't watching, Newsmax hosts Bianca De La Garza and John Bachman had taken over our continuing coverage at that time.
We'll have to see how this all plays out. There's a constitutional process. It was obviously a truncated process in 2020, and so much criticism from Democrats. And again, we saw them try to hold up the confirmation of the 2016 election. We saw how often they called Donald Trump an illegitimate president. You can't say that this time around with a victory this big. And is Hillary Clinton going to come out and do the right thing and congratulate Donald Trump? You know, she's been so aggressive about calling him a Nazi. If these people actually do care about our republic and restoring democracy, as they say, and the norms, they will come out and say and do the right thing. All right, we're going to listen in now. They just announced Donald Trump as the president-elect. As you can imagine, the phone's going up, the crowd's wild. So let's listen in to the scene.
Right after that is when they started playing God Bless America, and Donald Trump came out on stage and spoke. As John Bachman was saying, we'll see in time if the Democrats and the press are going to treat President Trump any differently and be any less combative this time around. And will President Trump be any less combative or feisty, let's say, this time around? I already cannot wait for the first press briefing. This is going to be epic. I mean, there are so many things in the coming days that are going to be epic. Trump campaign advisor Jason Miller already extended the proverbial olive branch on ABC News this morning.
What President Trump said last night when he was up there on the stage was that he wants to heal the country. This is the time when we put aside the political divisions, we bring Democrats, Republicans, people who aren't necessarily even involved with politics together. I think in this campaign, there was too much that was made about division and hatred towards other sides. And the reason why President Trump won and why he won so big, he told every voter what he was going to do for them.
Trump senior campaign advisor Jason Miller, who's a mainstay on Newsmax, speaking with ABC News there. Trump mentioned how J.D. Vance actually likes to go into hostile territory and is always willing to do it. I don't know that Jason Miller necessarily likes it, but he's never shied away from going on any of the other networks and answering questions or facing the fire. The vice president herself did that one interview on Fox, but she wasn't on Newsmax. Her campaign advisor wasn't on Newsmax. I don't think her campaign people were on Newsmax or Fox or any other networks that may have been seen as hostile territory, including Joe Rogan. And now they're already questioning if some of those things contributed to her loss. And this is former DNC chair Donna Brazile, the one who had to resign from CNN after giving Hillary Clinton the debate questions in advance.
You win with grace and you lose with humility. I think she has to explain to her supporters where she fell short, and she also has to, hopefully talk about the future where the president and vice president invite the president-elect to the White House, work on a transition.
The vice president is expected to address the nation with her concession speech sometime today, which will be live on Newsmax. She will, of course, be a part of that transition. On Morning Schmo, they're absolutely losing their mind and already talking about what might have happened if Democrats didn't force Joe Biden out. Could things have been different if Joe Biden stayed in? No! I'll tell you what would have happened. Trump would have won by an even bigger margin. And do not overlook or let the media glance over how huge this actually is. Not only for the presidency, but Republicans will now have solid control over the Senate, as Trump mentioned, where soon-to-be 83-year-old marble-mouth Mitch will be stepping down, and hopefully my friend Rick Scott from the great state of Florida will become Senate Majority Leader. And Republicans thus far have maintained control of the House as well. This is Newsmax senior political analyst and former Pennsylvania Senator Rick Santorum, who covered the election on Newsmax into the wee hours of the morning, back on Wake Up America this morning.
Senior political analyst Rick Santorum. Senator, I know you didn't get a lot of sleep last night, and none of us did. What do you make of this?
It's just it's a remarkable accomplishment.
Mm-hmm.
It really is stunning to think about what this man has gone through over the past 4 years, through impeachment after impeachment. Close to 100% of the stories from the mainstream media throughout this campaign were negative, never caught a break on anything, and indictment after indictment, legal trouble, 2 assassinations, just all of this. And Donald Trump had the tenacity and the stamina just to, it's almost like he just flicked them all away. And I mean, to any mortal, any of us mortals, any of those things would just tie you up in knots in your head and do something physically to you just to sort of drag you down. But the man at 78 years old just showed it was just an interminable skill to just dodge all those things and plow forward. And you could, people would say, oh, it's because he's just this narcissist. No, you don't do that unless you're driving towards something, unless you're fighting for something. And it's not you. And you saw this last night in his speech. I mean, and he said it, I took a bullet for you. I mean, I think he really identified, and this is why I think he did as well as he did last night, is that the American public saw this guy, saw what he has been put through, and related to him, and saw that, they're going through, obviously not exactly what he went through, but in their own lives, they're dealing with all these difficulties. The folks that Joe Biden called garbage, the folks that Hillary Clinton called deplorables. These people have tough lives, and they have problems in their family, they have problems at work, they have problems, their own health, and they have to plug through it every day. And they saw some guy out there talking about them. Focused on them, focused on the working people, the garbage that Joe Biden talked about, and he was worth fighting for. And what you saw is just people coming out all over the country. I think he's going to win the popular vote.
Yeah, it looks like right now he's up by almost 5 million.
Yeah, I think he's going. There's still a lot of votes to be counted yet, but I think he's going to win the popular vote. No one expected that, and to have a sweep. My guess is he ends up with 311 electoral votes, which is more than he had when he upset the world and beat Hillary Clinton. This is an amazing accomplishment, and I would just say it's not just an accomplishment of Donald Trump. I mean, it's an accomplishment of the American people to ignore all of the noise. I did some interviews yesterday with the BBC, and all I kept hearing from them was, these people are going to be violent and this is going to, and it was like, what are you talking about? These are good people. They're just tired of being told that if you want to if you believe in the Bible, that you're not a misogynist and you're not a hater. If you don't want your kids, if your little girl to go to into a bathroom with boys, you're not a bad person.
Newsmax political analyst Senator Rick Santorum on Wake Up America with Charlotte McBride and Allison Maloney. And with so much focus on Pennsylvania leading up to last night, it's only appropriate that Pennsylvania Representative Dan Meuser was on Wake Up America this morning as well.
Pennsylvania Congressman Dan Meuser. Congressman, congratulations on winning your race last night. I just, we didn't know what was going to happen. Talk to us about your reaction about Donald Trump winning.
Well, Charlotte, Allison, great to be with you this morning. Certainly great with the election that we had, particularly in Pennsylvania, but for our country. It was exciting. We certainly felt we had the momentum. Nothing was certain. I was with President Trump a fair amount over the weekend, and he just had great spirits, and he's just such a intense and genuine individual. But on the same note, he wasn't sure either. But all we were doing was our best to get the best message across, to relate to the American people and people in Pennsylvania how serious these issues are, and the contrast, and how a leader, a problem-solving leader can make a big difference. And apparently it came across. Yeah. Right. We really I think we all gained a lot of faith in the American people for being informed, for appreciating the issues that lie ahead, the challenges that we have. And President Trump is by far more ready to handle those on the domestic stage and the international stage. And Dave McCormick as well, proved Pennsylvanians saw that he was the person that would take on these serious issues. So it was really just a lot of relief, but as well an appreciation for the American people. Never lost faith in America, but it was renewed gain of faith. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, you mentioned Dave McCormick beating Bob Casey as well, and it looks like that there will be a few incumbent Democrats in the House that won't be returning to the House. It looks like Rob Bresnahan looks to beat Matt Cartwright. That's in the 8th district there. And then, of course, Susan Wild, it looks like she will lose her race there in the 7th. What do you make of this?
Well, their time was due. I mean, here they are stating, both of them I'm pretty good friends with. But when it comes to business, we couldn't be more opposite. They voted for the last several years with Nancy Pelosi 100% of the time. I mean, maybe, they could move to San Francisco and take over the district there. But northeastern Pennsylvania and the Allentown area and my district, which is contingent, which is right close by, contiguous to theirs. I mean, that's not what our constituents want. I mean, we want a patriotic America. We want a freedom of within our businesses. We want low taxes. We're competitive tax rates, not necessarily low. Minimal regulations, limited government, border security, huge issue, huge. And both of them were voting against that. So, I didn't think there would be any chance that they could win, and it's even surprising they did so well. Fortunately, we had two really good candidates that filled those seats. So now we have to prove it, right? We have to show that our people, our plans, our execution, our commitment to getting things done in the manner that's in the best interest, the most common sense interest of the American people. Now we have to prove it.
Pennsylvania Congressman Dan Meuser on Wake Up America. Yes, it's an exciting day in America and a day to celebrate for sure. But do not be a sore winner either, okay? Do not contribute to the false narrative of the other side or the media. There is a guy in Texas who is a very loyal listener of the podcast. He's been listening pretty much since the beginning. I'm not going to use his name because he is also a Border Patrol agent, a true hero working the front lines. He and I have communicated a bit over time, and he sent me a DM on X at radio_Marino around 3 or 4 in the morning. It was one of the first things I saw when I woke up this morning, that he was working and watching the election. And the message was, Tony, the agents down here working the border are hyped up for what's coming. And that is the general consensus among all law enforcement everywhere in the country, right? Time to restore law and order. Time to get the border back under control and get back to being America. Wall Street is also very excited about the election and hyped up. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was up more than 1,000 points at the open, 1,200 to be exact. And Bitcoin has surged more than $4,000 overnight. Can I get an amen? Keep up with all of the news and all of the excitement all day on Newsmax, Newsmax 2, and at Newsmax.com. Go to NewsmaxPlus.com. Make sure you're getting the complete lineup of Newsmax shows, hosts, and great expert analysis. NewsmaxPlus.com. I'm Tony Marino. Thank you, as always, for listening to the Newsmax Daily. Enjoy the rest of your day. By the way, it is National Nachos Day, so almost no better way to celebrate, right? And keep on fighting the good fight.
News breaks every minute, every day. You need the app, the Newsmax app. Find it free on your smartphone store. Then watch us anytime, anywhere.
It's Jerry Callahan from The Callahan Show. You can listen to us every day. We react to the latest news, politics, sports, and all the madness in the world. I'll give you my opinion with a little edge, a little attitude. I'm an unapologetic right-winger, trapped behind enemy lines in deep blue Boston, so I'm used to taking on the mainstream media mob. You can hear us anywhere you get your podcast, or you can listen every day at newsmax.com/listen.
Information. Truth is freedom. Is Newsmax. It's real news for real people.